Breaking right now, the U.S. Supreme Court agreed to rule whether former President Donald Trump is immune from criminal charges in his federal election interference case. NBC4's Conan Nolan is in the newsroom with details on the decision and what it means. Conan.
That's right. This is not exactly a surprise because of the claim that is being made and who is making it. As a result, the United States Supreme Court, the highest court in the land, says it will take oral arguments in April as to whether a president of the United States is immune from any prosecution for a violation of the law while he or she was in office. Now, the high court will review a unanimous three-judge opinion which ruled from the lower court, which ruled against former President Trump's claim that he can't be prosecuted for trying to overturn the 2020 election because he was president at the time, and the Constitution has a provision for prosecuting presidents. It's called impeachment, a constitutional indictment that Mr. Trump went through twice, and that both times he was acquitted in a vote in the Senate. But the D.C. court here said that argument doesn't make any sense. Jessica Levinson teaches election law at LMU Loyola Law School.
One of the big arguments was, before you are tried in a criminal case, first you have to be impeached by the House and convicted by the Senate. The D.C. Circuit explained why that simply makes no sense. What if you commit a crime and then resign the next day? You can't be impeached. You can't be convicted. This is not a difficult case. But the Supreme Court doesn't only take difficult cases. Sometimes they take cases that are really big constitutional questions because they're the ones who should provide us with the guidance in those situations.
And those are constitutional questions, unprecedented when you have a former president, the 45th President Donald Trump, saying that he can't be prosecuted for anything he did while he was in office, despite the fact perhaps what he did while he was in office was illegal. Now, a lot of folks, including Jessica Levinson, believe this is essentially an easy case. The question is, will it be unanimous? There's no question that that would have a much greater impact if there was no dissent on the high court. Once again, oral arguments, I believe, on April the 22nd. I'm Conan Nolan, NBC4 News.
Hey, Conan, which side might benefit the most from the Supreme Court taking this case?
Well, I think to a certain degree, it delays the prosecution. Jack Smith, the federal prosecutor, the special prosecutor in this case, all of a sudden, once again, they want to get going on this prosecution of Donald Trump when it comes to his efforts to overturn the election results. This delays that. But more than anything else, they want to put this in granite, that instead of just letting the circuit appellate court's decision stand, the Supreme Court says this is a big enough deal. We have to essentially weigh in on this, which they'll do. And so ultimately, I think it's best for all parties. And remember, there are a number of members of the Supreme Court, 3 of them that were appointed by Donald Trump. If they swing against him, he'll have, it will be hard for him to make the argument that the court is biased against him, which is what he said about every other decision.